Explore more about the topics you love with Toppr. Subscribe now and keep learning.
Hey guys, in this lesson we are going to learn about the asexual reproduction in animals. So we are well aware about the sexual reproduction which we usually see in our daily life. We see that a male and a female cat gives rise to their kitten. But how about the asexual reproduction? How does that happen? Well, the very important thing about the asexual reproduction is that there only a single parent is involved. So a single parent gives rise to a daughter cell. Now when we talk about asexual reproduction in animals, we see that there are a number of types of asexual reproduction which can occur in different animals. And to start with, let's first see fission. This is fission. Now as the name suggests, here a single cell breaks down into a number of cells. Now this fission can be of different types. The first type would be binary fission and the second would be multiple fission. Okay, so what is the meaning of these two and how do they differ from each other? Let's find out. So in the binary fission, as the name suggests, a single cell breaks down to form two daughter cells. Okay, only two daughter cells. So a single cell will break down and it will divide basically to form two daughter cells. These two daughter cells will be identical to themselves and to their parent cell. Now the most common example of binary fission is amoeba and the second one is paramecium. Alright, now I am saying that there are two different examples, amoeba and paramecium. Let me tell you one important fact here. The fact is that in amoeba and paramecium, the type of binary fission is different. You might say how? Well, the answer to this is that in amoeba, the plane of division or the axis of division can be anything. Okay, it can be horizontal, longitudinal, anything. But in case of paramecium, it has to be longitudinal. So there can be a different number of types of binary fissions available. Okay, in some you will see only a longitudinal division, in some you will see a horizontal and in some you will see oblique. So there can be different type of binary fissions in different type of animals. Next, when we come to multiple fission, we see that in such cases, the most common example first let's see is plasmodium, and up to some extent during the unfavorable condition it occurs in amoeba as well. So what happened during this? Well, here a single parent cell, it divides multiple times to have a number of daughter cells inside that cell itself. Okay, and now when this cyst breaks up, the number of daughter cells are released. So basically we are saying that in the multiple fission, one parent cell divides to form multiple number of daughter cells. And like I just said, the common example is plasmodium. If you recall, plasmodium is that organism, it is the agent which causes malaria in human beings. Okay, next type of asexual reproduction we will see is budding. This is budding. Now, as the name suggests, here the formation of bud takes place. So if we draw, we will see that if this is an organism, what would you see? You will see that in this organism a small outgrowth is formed. Okay, this small outgrowth is what you call a bud. Okay, now the nuclear division takes place and both the bud and the main organism, they're part of nucleus. Okay, finally we will see that either this bud will remain attached and one over the other bud will keep on accumulating, or this bud may get detached from the main organism and leads to the formation of a new organism here. Alright, so this is the case of budding, and when we look at the example, the most common example is hydra. Okay, so this was budding. Next we will see fragmentation. As the name suggests, again fragment. Okay, so here one organism may break down into a number of pieces and each piece will develop into a new organism. So, if there is a single organism like this, it will break down into a number of pieces and each piece will develop into a new organism. What can be the most common examples here? Well, the common examples of fragmentation are some of the coelantrates and they can be flatworm as well. Okay, so these are the common examples of fragmentation in animals. Next example of asexual reproduction in animals is plasmotomy. This is plasmotomy. Okay, here in plasmotomy we observe that a single multinucleated parent divides into a number of daughter cells which are also multinucleated. Now, after this division, there occurs the nuclear division, okay, and during this nuclear division, the number of nuclei, they get normalized. This is what you call plasmotomy. If you look at the example, it is Pilomixa and Opalina. These are the protozoans. Next, we will have a look at another type of asexual reproduction wherein we see that it occurs with the help of gemmules. So, what are gemmules? Well, first of all, we will see that this type of asexual reproduction is found in case of sponges. In the freshwater sponges, for example, Spongilla. So, here what happens is that inside the body of sponges, there might occur an internal bud. Okay, this internal bud is usually responsible for the storage of food and it has undifferentiated cells in it. So, whenever the favorable conditions are there, this gemmule, it develops into a new individual organism. So, these are the gemmules which are found inside the organism and that is why we call them internal buds as well. So, this was the gemmule formation. The last type we will observe in here is the regeneration. What is regeneration? As the name suggests, here we observe that a type of regeneration basically belongs to asexual reproduction. Here, even a minute part of the organism can regenerate to form a complete organism. We have learned regeneration a number of times in our previous classes also, and most common examples are planaria and Hydra. In fact, Hydra is the first organism in which the regeneration process was discovered. So, in this lesson we have learnt about the different type of asexual reproduction. We have seen the binary fission, multiple fission, we have seen budding, we have seen fragmentation, we also have seen plasmotomy, gemmule formation and regeneration. So, this was about the asexual reproduction in which we have first of all learned that in asexual reproduction only a single parent is involved, and here you see that these are the different types of asexual reproduction which occur in different type of organisms.
Explore more about the topics you love with Toppr. Subscribe now and keep learning.